Hey, it's Drew Speaks. Turn it up, we spilling tea. When the drama hit the streets, you know where you gotta be. Messy but classy, yeah, I keep it real. Bringing all the news, let's talk, let's spill. Shade so sharp, might need a shield. When Drew speaks, best believe it's sealed. Got some facts, what's the deal? Keep it raw, keep it trill. Ain't no cap, just what's real. Hit that like, tell me how you feel. Oh, you ain't heard, let me break it down. Drew got the scoop, yeah, we run the town. Last drama, truth in the mix. Stay locked in, yeah, we too legit. From the streets to the tweets, what's hot, what's weak. Spilling all the tea, yeah, Drew gon' speak. No sugarcoat, just facts on fleek. Subscribe, tap in, yeah, watch every week. Hey, it's Drew Speaks, where the real meets all the tea. When the drama hit the streets, you know where you gotta be.
Hello. Welcome to Drew Speaks. Welcome to Drew Speaks. As you all come in, make sure we hit the like, we hit the share, and we hit the subscribe button. Listen, y'all, it's been a minute, right? It's been a minute since I've been on. It's been a minute since I've dug into the Thornton Township. It's been a minute since I've dug into Dalton, right? And a lot has happened. A lot has happened since the new administration took office, and particularly um, some salaries. Clock it. Some salaries. There has been some salaries that's in question, if you will. And why these salaries are in question is because they're right before Tiffany Henyard left. There was some ordinances that was put in place, if I remember, and them ordinances that was put in place was to protect the township from any new administration and their salaries. So basically what's going on is that allegedly, I want to make sure that I'm clear and I'm saying it right, allegedly, Supervisor Napoleon Harris is receiving over $200,000 as a salary as a first-time supervisor for the township. So again, that first-time salary for the supervisor position, if I'm remembering right, it was give or take almost $60,000, right? His salary is not starting at 60,000. His salary is not starting at 100,000, if you will. His salary is starting at how can I say, a little bit over $200,000. It is. His salary is starting a little bit over $200,000. And how? Isn't there ordinances that's put in place? Like how? How's he making this type of money? And for the ones that say, oh, you probably mad. No, because I'm watching from afar. Not that far. But I'm watching from a distance. It's not about me wanting the money. It's not about me. None of that. Right is right, wrong is wrong. Because if this is what we fought for, if this is what the village of Dalton fought for, if this is what Thornton Township has fought for them to get a supervisor that was going to do right by the people, like, let's just be real. Let's just be real. It's not right. It's not right. So let's get into it. let's get into it. I want to go over this. Y'all, shout out to Ben Bradley. One thing about Ben Bradley, he gonna make sure he give us the receipts. And so again, shout out to Ben Bradley on giving us these receipts.
Talk to me.
And how
The guy's a former NFL player. It doesn't take two security guards. Give me a break, man.
Napoleon Harris did not appear eager to talk to me.
and how would you use your discretion to implement it within the current legal framework?
In the now sleepy room where months earlier, a board meeting ended in a brawl, the man who replaced Tiffany Henyard as Thornton Township supervisor has ditched the drama and much of the scrutiny.
I thought maybe we have gotten rid of the storm.
Jennifer and Paul Roberts are skeptical of Harris's leadership.
A lot of people in Thornton Township fought for transparency, accountability, and responsiveness in government, and we haven't really seen that yet.
Some of that skepticism centers on his salary.
Help me understand why you're still taking in Tiffany Henyard type money.
There's a law on the books that we cannot change anybody.
I have a question. How is it that he's taking in Tiffany Henyard kind of money? We know that Tiffany Henyard inherited this salary that we're speaking of. How is it that he's taking in this type of money? Now, we accepted the fact that Tiffany Henyard was making this type of money because, one, she inherited this salary. This is not like this is a salary that she got when her first time. No, she wasn't even elected to the seat. She was appointed. But how is it that he's bringing in this type of, like, how is these type of numbers getting through? Like, I don't understand that. How is it that $202,000 starting out as a supervisor? Where are these numbers coming from? What is they doing about these numbers? Is something going to be done about these numbers? Because how in the hell do he start off with a salary as such? It don't make sense.
Salary.
Let's get back
How
into
that
it.
law came to be is a lesson in political maneuvering. Tiffany Henyard made $202,000 a year, plus other perks. As a first-term supervisor, the salary ordinance said Harris was to make $57,000 plus expenses.
Don't have insurance because you two did not come and take care of your business.
As Henyard's grip on power weakened following a series of WGN Investigates reports on her spending, a lawmaker in Springfield proposed a bill to restore the higher salary structure. His name? State Senator Napoleon Harris. Even before he was elected supervisor, he was laying the groundwork to protect the perk. One problem, his bill died.
Let's
did not
pause that.
pass.
We ain't gonna over this real quick. So let's talk about that real quick. Here it is that he created this bill. Here it is. This is a bill that he introduced. This is a bill that he brought forth to the House. He's a state senator, if you guys didn't know. But how is it that he brought this bill and the bill didn't go nowhere? The bill did not pass. The bill didn't pass at all. But you're making all this damn money. You're already a state senator. And it's so often that you see it in the Southland that elected officials have more than one position. And the crazy part about it is that here is that Napoleon Harris, he's a state senator for the same district that he served as a supervisor. So the taxpayers are paying a double. Y'all ain't getting it. Let's get back into the video.
Law, help me understand which law are you talking
It
about?
is a state law.
Because I looked up that state law and it said it didn't
You
pass.
cannot change a salary during the term of your term.
But that's the state law you proposed last year.
No, that's not what I proposed.
What did you
That state law been on the books. I didn't propose it.
Oh no, it's a line.
Here's the language in Harris's bill, and here's the language in the one that later advanced and passed by a different legislator. It's identical. And did we mention it was buried on page 90 of a bill that began by focusing on Crohn's and colitis disease?
The original bill was to have a week devoted to highlighting the needs of Crohn's patients and their families. And it became what's known as a shell bill in Springfield. That really becomes a vehicle for any legislative initiative
Full of shit,
to
if
be
you
shoved
ask
into
me.
it. The original intent is gutted.
Thanks to the legislative
They
maneuver,
still love it.
Harris
And
is
we're gonna
now
take
on
a look
track
at
to
these
collect a
numbers in a minute.
$202,000 salary from the township, plus $54,000 in expenses. Add in his $123,000 state
I
senate
just spoke of
salary,
this.
and it brings his total take from 2 elected positions to just under $380,000. All of this in a community where many live below the poverty.
Let's bring it back a little bit right there.
All of this in a community where
I'm
many
sorry,
live
y'all. I just want to bring these back. I want the
positions
numbers
to
sit on the screen for a minute. Let's talk about this real quick. Let's talk about these numbers real quick. So, as Thornton Township supervisor, he's bringing in $202,000 in his first term. Like, are we realizing that this is what he's bringing in? The numbers is right there on the screen. The numbers is on the screen. As a supervisor, you're bringing in more than you're bringing in as a senator. How? As a supervisor, one would think that your term salary will be, lower than what. No, it's full of shit. Something is going on, and I will really hope that the trustees on this new Thornton Township board, I would really hope the transparency, the dignity, the integrity, the communication, the collaboration, the transparency that the residents been asking for, I really hope the trustees will hold this man accountable for it. I really hope the trustees will hold him accountable. Force him to give the residents answers. Because right now, the residents ain't really heard from him. That's what I'm reading in the media. But let's get back to this video.
Just under $380,000. All of this in a community where many live below the poverty level and were forced to subsidize first-class travel, meals, and more under Tiffany Henyard's leadership.
This is the professional democratic machine, tried and tested, and it appears that they have taken hold of Thornton Township.
Given what these residents have been through and what you campaigned on, don't give me the time, man. Come on. Given what these residents have been through, do you think it's
Do we realize what just happened? Do y'all realize that the security and his team just tried to shut Ben Bradley out and say, you know what, it's time? Do y'all realize that when Ben Bradley, who's a news reporter who works for the media, well-known media personality, but do y'all realize that when he even walked up to even talk to this new supervisor, and I don't know him. I don't know him. But do y'all realize that this man like is having security. Like, come on now, bro. It don't take all that. What happened to being for the people? But then again, how do Tiffany Henry's successor at Thornton Township maneuver to keep earning a six-figure salary? I want answers. I ain't letting up. This is just part one. We're coming out with part two. I've already submitted my FOIA request. I haven't received a response about it yet. It's hopefully this week they say something back. But we're going to stay on it.
A good look for you to do some of the same stuff that you were critical of.
I was not critical of anything, man.
You weren't critical of Tiffany Henyard's reign?
I've never publicly despised anybody publicly. What I've done was, and I've stated this, I'm about doing the right thing and supporting what the people needs of Thornton Township, and I've done that. For you to say and sit here and suggest that anything has been improper or done wrong is not a fair assessment of what's happening.
See,
nearly
I could agree.
taxpayer dollars.
See, I can see if he's being like, if Supervisor Harris being like logical. You're not even being that right now. You're not. Come on, bro. You ain't even keeping it real right now, because somehow, some way, you was able to maneuver your way into keeping that salary. And from my understanding, and I'm waiting on my FOIA request. From my understanding, is that basically he reversed it. They saying he reversed the policies or the ordinance.
For two supposedly part-time positions. The big salary precedent in Thornton Township was set years ago by the late Supervisor Frank Zuccarelli. Before Napoleon Harris assumed the job in May, I asked him whether he'd keep the six-figure salary. He said, "Your worth should be evaluated based on what you deliver." Ben Bradley, WGN Investigates.
So let's talk about this. Let's talk about the work. Because right now, from my understanding, this is a clean slate with the township. This is a clean slate. You haven't did any work. You haven't put in no work. You haven't put in no effort. You're just getting elected, right? So what work have you really done? But I want to get into now these numbers. I want to get into these numbers. Let's get into these numbers real quick. There we go. I don't know why that kept on playing. The news just want to keep on telling me about Pete Headset. Let's get into these numbers, y'all. Because they saying this is projected. And if you ask me, these This information was given by Freedom of Information, and yeah. So let's look at these numbers. Let's take a look at these numbers real quick. Let's look at these numbers. Here they go right here. I got them put up on my screen. I got them put up on my laptop. So let's look at these numbers. So understand, trustee Avant. And again, all of this is allegedly. On 5/30/2025, this stuff is saying projected. But from what my understanding is, from my understanding, this is what they got paid already. We're no longer talking about projections. Do y'all realize that, right? We're not talking about what was projected. We're not talking about what was none of that. We're talking about what was actually paid out, because according to this document, it says pay date. It says pay date. So it says on 5/30/2025 that the gross pay of $1,155.00 was paid out. That was the gross pay. What was the net pay of that? I don't know. It says again on 6/13 a check for 1,000. Well, I'm not going to say a check, but it was a payment for $1,225.83. On 6/27, it says that another $400 payment was issued. And then again, this is just the law. But I don't want to too much focus on the trustees. I want to focus on the supervisor. The supervisor. That's what I want to focus on right here. Because how is this type of money being made? Do we not see that salary? Do we not see them numbers? These are payments that has already been issued. We're not talking about payments that we're waiting on. We're not talking about payments that is going to come in the mail. No, these are payments that has already been issued. And so again, I got questions. How in the hell is he bringing in Tiffany Henry's salary? If this is what the fight was for. If the fight was for to stop the corruption, and I'm not going to say that he's corrupt. I'm not going to say that because I don't know that. But if the fight was for transparency, collaboration, or anything in that nature, where is it at? Because I say I'm looking in it, I don't see it. I don't see it. Again, I submitted a FOIA request. I want to see the ordinance that the new board of trustees just passed, where they reversed that if you come in as a supervisor on your first term, you will get the base pay up. I believe it was like what, $57,000, roughly, give or take 60 some, 80 some $1,000, depending on the bonuses and everything. But this ain't adding up. It ain't adding up. Not only is it not adding up, it ain't making sense. Wait, I hope y'all ain't forget that he is a state senator. I'm so sorry. I think my mic was off. I really do think my mic was off. I'm so sorry, y'all. But as I was saying, this is what he's bringing home. And how is he bringing this home as a first-term supervisor? Well, let's not talk about your works as a state senator, because we're not looking at your financials for state senator. Even though WGN News, Ben Bradley broke it down for us, but we're not looking at that right now. Again, I got questions. And hopefully, the FOIA requests get answered. Hopefully they answer the FOIA request, and then we can look at that ordinance. We can look at the reversal of the ordinance that Tiffany Henry put in place, that if anybody comes behind her, they wouldn't make what she made. But I got questions. Oh, I got questions. I do. And hopefully they can give us some answers to it. They can. Hopefully they can. Because the fact of the matter is that Thornton Township is left to foot the bill. Nobody is going to foot that bill but Thornton Township. And again, if this is what Thornton Township fought for, because the fact of the matter is that, from my understanding of the ordinance, $57,000 is what he was supposed to be making. And is he making that right now? Hell no. Hell no. We know he ain't. We know he ain't. We know damn sure. We just seen the numbers. The numbers is there. Again, this information is from Thornton Township's Freedom of Information Officer. I believe the clerk. Whoever it came from. But it ain't right. And so once I do get that information from the Freedom of Information request that I did put in, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back with part 2, because I want to know, how did the numbers get here? How did we get here with the numbers? How did the numbers get here? And that's what I want to know. How is it that new trustees are coming in on $30,000 salaries? That's not, no. And so I asked for the records for payroll. And one of the new requests that I just sent in is for payroll over the last couple of years. I'm asking for. I just submitted that request, payroll for, I think, the last 2 years. And the reason of being is because I want to see the difference. I want to see the difference on the trustees. Not only that, but the supervisor. And I want to see not only that, but what is the staff being paid? What is the staff being paid at Thornton Township? We've seen some of their salaries on there, but not all of them. Not all of them was on there. But again, I got questions, and I don't think I'm gonna let go until they get answered. I don't think so. Until next time, y'all, I'm up out of here. I'm getting ready to get up out of here, y'all. From my house to yours. Stay safe. Stay y'all, let me go on the camera and say this, especially if y'all in Chicago, in the Chicagoland area, stay safe. Please, please, please. No matter where you at, stay safe. It's a lot going on out here. It's a lot going on out here. And just always, remember that there's a lot going on out here. So stay safe.